Saying that the menstrual cycle's impact on the body is mythical is abhorrent to women who are experiencing cycle-related symptoms every day.
There is no reason to change my workouts ever based on what phase I'm in, okay? So we know now that cycle syncing is yet another myth that has become popular because I think a lot of women love the idea that we are unique and we need to do things differently.
I wasn't planning on making any content today, but this was very upsetting. So he says that cycle syncing is a myth and that what everyone should be doing is auto-regulating. And while I agree that everyone should be auto-regulating, it's extremely reductionist and doesn't imply that cycle syncing is a myth. Could it be that we don't have enough research yet to understand how the menstrual cycle impacts different women? Women weren't even included in research until 1993. So does that mean that everything prior to that relating to women was a myth because the research didn't exist? Or does it mean that there just wasn't enough research to support the female experience? I'm really disappointed that a peer in the industry says that our menstrual cycle doesn't matter and that it doesn't impact our experience training as women, or that women just want a reason to feel unique because we're not, right? This is so dismissive to the female experience, and it seems like because her menstrual cycle doesn't impact her training, she's extrapolating that the effects of people's menstrual cycles must not be that important. Unfortunately, this is the same stance a lot of men take. Just because they don't experience something themselves, they think that others don't experience them either. Women have so many more physiological variables impacting their day-to-day lives, and we don't know enough yet. And rather than dismissing the data that exists, we need to build on it. We need to have bigger sample sizes, more consistent data, and fewer variables. We need to isolate and test women based on very specific conditions. And while I agree that women shouldn't be taking 2+ weeks off their training because of their menstrual cycle, women are not using their menstrual cycle as a get out of jail free card to skip their training for 2 weeks out of their month. Women want to understand how their menstrual cycle is impacting their training. We want to understand why our strength levels may not be consistent from week to week and why our weight loss isn't consistent week to week. We want to understand why we are more tired or hungry at certain phases of our cycle. When you say that cycle syncing is a myth, it's not helpful. It makes women who do experience cycle-related symptoms feel unseen, unheard, and uncared for. It also makes practitioners who utilize cycle data to help their clients feel attacked, as if we're charlatans when we're the ones who are advocating for women's health. Saying that the menstrual cycle's impact on the body is mythical is abhorrent to women who are experiencing cycle-related symptoms every day. I think we can do better to say that the research is inconclusive, or that we need more research to support the idea that women's menstrual cycles impact their bodies, rather than downplaying the experience of nearly half the population. That's not fair to us, and we can do better.